a few reasons to support DC Intel. 1. Timely updates. Get the latest breaking news and intelligence updates as they happen. 2. Reliable information. Depend on us for accurate and credible news sources. 3. Insightful analysis. Gain deeper understanding with our expert analysis and comprehensive coverage. 4. Community engagement. Join a community of informed and engaged individuals who care about current events. 5. Transparency. We are committed to transparency in all our reporting, helping you to see the bigger picture. 6. Convenience. Stay informed on the go with easy access to updates through our social media platforms. Supporting DC Intel means staying informed and connected with the news that impacts our nation.
Love is the only way. Love is the answer. Love is the only way. Oh, love, it's the only way. Oh, love, let it lead the way. In a world so cold, love's the warmth we hold. In a sea of doubt, love will find us out. Oh, love, it's the only way. Oh, love, let it lead the way. In a world so cold, love's the warmth we hold. In a sea of doubt, love will find us out. Oh, love, it's the only way. Oh, love, let it lead the way. Hearts beat as one underneath the sun. Love's melody sets our spirits free. Oh, love, it's the only way. Oh, love, let it lead the way. Sound of freedom blows so loud. Revolution in the crowd, shaking ground. together, hand in hand, united we rise across the land. Sound of freedom, oh so loud, revolution in the crowd, shaking ground, winds of change, feel it all, rearrange. Never give up, never give in. Some say he's a legend. He fights for the right to be free. He's no fake and no fraud. He is an American badass. American badass. Oh yeah. Standing tall, never gonna fall. American badass. Oh yeah. He's the one who answers the call. Riding fast, breaking free, chasing dreams. That's a spree with a heart of gold and a soul so bold. An American badass, never growing old. American badass, oh yeah. Standing tall, never gonna fall. American badass, oh yeah. He's the one who answers the call. Through the fire, through the storm, he'll always rise, he'll always perform. No challenge too big, no mountain too high. American badass, reaching for the sky. American badass, oh yeah. Standing tall, never gonna fall. American badass, oh yeah. He's the one who answers the call. American badass, oh yeah. Standing tall, never gonna fall. American badass, oh yeah. He's the one who answers the call.
If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. Embrace that label. Being an outsider is fine. Embrace the label. Because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing. And always have the courage to be yourself.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
But from today and from the day I take the oath of office, we will rapidly drive prices down and make America affordable again. We're going to make it affordable again. So as much as you can, do something that you love, work hard, and never, ever give up, and you're going to be tremendously successful. Tremendously successful. Thank you. God bless our military. God bless the memory of the fallen. God bless our Gold Star families. And God bless America. Thank you very much.
Happy Monday. I hope everybody's having a great day. Sorry I'm a few minutes late here. A couple things going on here. All good though, right? All good. Whether you like it or not, I'm back, right? I'm going to have a great show, and hopefully everybody has a great Christmas. Yeah, that's right. Well, let's get started with this crap show. Happy Monday again to everybody. Thank you so much to everyone that sent birthday wishes to me. I greatly appreciate it. It's kind of hard when you wake up and you realize that you got another birthday, and then you're like, man, 105 is really, that's pretty good. That's something to be said for. But yeah, I turned 105, and just kidding. I'll get those coming out of the woodwork. He's lying. But yeah, 105 in my book. I don't know why I'm saying that number. I just like it. You know what I'm saying, Vern? Wink, wink. Yeah, 105. And so, 105 years old. Pretty crazy, man. Seen a lot in my time. Boy, I've seen a lot in my years. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but yeah, thank you so much for everybody that wished me happy birthday, and on TikTok, email, and however else. Yeah, it's all good. Had a great day. Went to church, guys. Oh, went to church. And don't get too excited. I actually went to 2 services. Oh, man. Yeah. Anyway, the one church has a great big manger scene in there, like massive. And of course, after church, I was looking at it and was like, you would think if we really respected Jesus, we'd cover his bottom, because his bottom crack was showing in his manger. He's got to get cold, baby Jesus. Oh, baby Jesus. But anyway, and then after that, went to a different church service and had some friends, a few friends come together and took me to dinner. I say they took me to dinner, but I ended up buying. But yeah, took me to dinner. I get to dinner, and they had a cake and all that good stuff. So I have had a lot of cake. I haven't really eaten it all, but I've had a lot given to me. We had her at our party in Nashville, and I didn't get none of that cake until the day after, I think. I took a piece of that, and then I got a cake again yesterday, and it was really good. So, and I went to Italian. I love Italian food. Love it. But I went there, and it was really good. And by the end of the day, I was tired, but I still, after I ate dinner, took off and went to go see my mom. I spent several hours with her, and I took her some cake, and you would have thought it was like a 10-year-old kid, a 10-year-old little girl that had never had any kind of food in her life, and you bring the cake in, man, her eyes lit up, and I opened it up. She's like, "Woo!" I'm going to tell you. Okay, it's my show, right? So I can say what I want, do what I want to do. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my crack. But because I had a couple people say, well, you get on with the show, stop doing the roll call, it takes way too long. And like I said, it's always someone that never supports the show and just knows what's best for the show. But they don't have a show at all. They don't even have a damn job. Anyway, so I took her in the cake. Of course, she was half out of it. Had to wake her up, get her motivated. Got her motivated a little bit. Got her awake, and she was just, And I said, yeah. She's, tomorrow's your birthday, isn't it? And I said, nope, it would be today, Mom. Oh, how old are you? And I started telling her. She's like, oh, I thought you was like 55, 56. I was like, no. No, I'm 105, Mom. So anyways, spent some time with her, gave her some cake, and funny story here is we've had her purse all this time. Now, you have to understand, my mom has dementia, okay? So, anyways, we have her purse since she'd been at the nursing facility and all this stuff. So she kept wanting it, so I finally brought it over to her. Oh, she's excited. But boy, she's excited over that cake. She's grabbing it. She's like, I need a spoon. I need a fork. I was like, well, there's nothing here on your tray, Mom. There's nothing out here. She goes, look in my purse. I don't know what it is about really older people. Now, if you're old and you're listening, this does not, you don't have to get your panties in the water with this. It's just funny. It's like they can never get enough bags to put stuff in. And then, here we are talking about people being prepared. You know what I'm saying? Have a bug out bag or have some extra medicine, have this. And my aunt was this way too, but towards the end of her life. But got to have all kinds of, if you go into Walmart, they think because there is a self-checkout, because there's 2 stacks of bags hanging there, that means they're free for them to take. Because they got storage at the house. They got to put this stuff in bags. And anyway, so I'm looking in the purse, and I'm like, "Ooh, here we go!" I found a spoon, metal spoon. Like, oh look, I found a fork. And of course, my friends, they all went with me last night to see my mom. Just kind of try to cheer her up a little bit. Let her, have a little bit of interaction, joking with her. But she's all excited. So I give her the fork and the spoon. I'll take the spoon instead. Okay. Be sure you put that fork back in my purse. I can't lose it. Okay. So put it back in there. So I'm digging around in there, and I go, what in the heck is this? No lie, guys. Here we go. I pulled out a grilled cheese sandwich. It's wrapped up in a bag. It was smashed at the bottom of her purse. I was like, what in the world? Oh, that's a sandwich. No shit, Sherlock. It's a sandwich. It's a grilled cheese. Hard telling how many months old this thing is. So we're all laughing. I'm like, good. So I throw it on her bed. Digging in her purse, there's another little baggie. I pull it out. It's a dinner roll. It's a dinner roll. And also in the dinner roll little package is a thing of butter that has been opened but hasn't been completely used yet. So it's in there. Now understand, this stuff is smashed to high heaven. I mean, it's just smashed. So we're all laughing. I'm like, let me see what else we can find in the Titanic down here. We may find Jimmy Hoffa down in here. Who knows? And of course, my mom laughs and then goes, "Who's that?" But anyway, yeah. So I do that, and then I dig some more, and I find another sandwich. But this one's on wheat bread in a bag, and it is smashed all to pieces. And it was a chicken salad sandwich. So I lay that on the bed. I believe I'm over at this point. And then I stick my hand down the bag, and there's another baggie. And, excuse me, I dig down there and pull out, and guess what it is? It is another dinner roll, just a different brand, with no butter tag on it. But it did have some eye drops in there. Oh, my God. So anyways, I teased her, asked her if she wanted... Ask her if she wanted to save it. Ask her if she wanted to save it until tomorrow, in case or in midnight, maybe in the midnight hour. It's stomach turning. Gotta have a snack. Let's go in DC's mom's purse and see what kind of goodies we have. So after that, I'm sure there was something else in there. At this point, I was just afraid to reach any further, so I just stopped. And then I threw the roll with the butter away, and then the other roll that was smashed, and then the chicken salad sandwich on wheat bread, and then also the grilled cheese sandwich. So, hell, it could have been yogurt in there for all I know. I mean, who knows? It's like the refrigerator. A refrigerator, okay? You know what no one knows what it's really called, right? It's that bottom shelf in the bottom of the refrigerator, right? It's called the crisper. That's what they call it. It's called the crisper. You want to know why they call it the crisper? Tell you why. Because no one really uses it, but if you take it, it's a crisper. In the crisper, it's more of an incubator. It sits there where things can rot and mold, and then you walk in there one day and your friends come out and go, "Hey man, you got anything to eat?" "Yeah, I got some." "Get a steak out of there." Let's go say, "Hey man, where'd you get this broccoli from?" "What broccoli?" "It's down here in the crisper." "What? I have never bought broccoli." It just sits down there and it grows mysterious food. Hell, you may get mushrooms out of there if you wait long enough. But it's like the crisper. My mom's purse is like the crisper. You don't know what's growing in there, and you don't know. But anyways, we had a fun time. The other night, went over there and, the other night, it's about a week or two ago. I don't even know if I told you the story about how the security about flipped his lid on me. Jumped off of his stool because the alarm went off. Okay? The alarm. He about shit his pants, jumped off the stool. I mean, Barney badass to the T. Come literally leaping towards me. I'm like, holy crap. And he's like, you got a gun. You got a gun. You got a knife. You got a gun. I said, not tonight. Not tonight. But I have a 1 foot tall Christmas tree in my hands. Put everything out on the table. Everything out on the table. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I am not kidding you. And he had his hand. One hand, his left hand is pushed out like he's telling me, giving me direct orders from the security guard at the hospital because I'm carrying a Christmas tree. And then his other hand is resting up on his, he don't even have a gun, his holster for his little taser. Like he is ready. Oh, he's ready to rock and roll. Ready to rock and roll. And I'm like, really, dude? Yeah, really. So I just throw my shit down on the table. Don't you throw your stuff down. So I'll throw it if I want. Don't you get an attitude, I'll kick you out of the hospital. I said, fuck you. Did. Sorry, guys. I know it's early in the show for me to use the language, but I'm just telling you the story. But anyways, I was like, yeah, on you. I grabbed my shit. Don't you walk away. Said, turned around, looked at him, and smiled real big, and winked at him, and said, watch me. And I walked away. And he kept yelling at me, so I just stuck my hand up in the air as I was waving, and I waved him a middle finger and kept on going. Yeah, man, he was about to do some serious damage, man. He got in the pussy pose is what I call that. And that's when you have someone in law enforcement that is going to try to control with their voice, control with their so-called anger that they immediately have because they think, oh, the alarm went off. The alarm went off. What I should have told him was, dude, listen, I have a metal implant in my penis. Do you want to see it? I don't, but, just dumb stuff. But anyways, I was finally able to get the Christmas tree, the 1 foot tall Christmas tree that I bought at a Dollar Tree with some little LED lights and some batteries. You know what I'm saying? You know what I could do with LED lights and some batteries? I could start some serious fires if I want to. I can make something explode if I want to. But he's worried about the Christmas tree that is white, that's in a little box, it's a foot tall, that, I mean, come on. So needless to say, I got up there. Yeah. I got a bad attitude, I know. Bad attitude. Bad, temper sometimes. But anyways, so I get up there, set up a Christmas tree. It's been over a week ago. And I said, whatever you do, turn this off before you go to sleep. That way it's not on. No lie, that Christmas tree has been on for over a week, which I'm like, daggone, these hell of lights that you get at Dollar Tree. And I'm using the Dollar Tree batteries, and they've lasted over a week just going straight, not turned off. But they were getting dim, so the other night, I'll tell you something funny, though. We had a bunch of tape and some lights and stuff that was going to Tennessee for the Christmas party. This is funny. We get down there, and our secretary, Nicole's like, where's everything at? I'm like, heck, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I don't know. You got other people here. Y'all look in the car or whatever. I didn't pack everything. So it's not there. We just go on without it. And then the other night when we're over there, we're over there just messing with my mom, trying to cheer her up. We decide we're going to change the batteries in the tree because the tree is starting to dim a little bit. So she reaches back, grabs a bag, opens it up, and guess what it is? Everything that was supposed to go to Nashville was sitting in my mom's room. Sitting in my mom's room behind a chair. And so we ended up taking the lights, unstringing all the lights, putting batteries in them. So we got lights in my mom's windows, garland, gold garland and all that crap hanging up in the room. Got a Santa Claus hanging up in there. Even wrapped the rails of her bed in gold, garland stuff. And then took the little bit that was left and made a crown, like a golden crown from my mom, and stuck it on her head. And it's hilarious. And she just laughed and thought it was just the best thing. Yeah, we're trying to make some lemonade here out of lemons. But anyways, yeah, it's a different start to the show, and that's good. So anyway, a lot of things going on in America. Tonight, 8:30 p.m., I'll be doing the Christmas show, and tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm doing tomorrow or not, because I know it's Christmas Eve, and I know everybody's going to be busy with families and other things, and I don't want you going, man, I got to listen to DC right now. We'll figure that out. But tonight, 8:30, will be my little Christmas shindig. It'll be nice. It'll be good. And it'll be lighthearted and encouraging. And I'll tell you what, you may even get me. Yep. People keep asking me, do you play music? Do you sing? I do it all. I'm a badass. What the heck are you talking about? I can do anything. It's not MacGyver. But anyways, I'm probably going to yank a keyboard up in here and something. I may play and sing you something tonight. Who knows what'll happen? I don't know what'll happen. So we'll just see. But anyways, all these drones, everybody's still yapping about. It's kind of calming down a little bit because everybody's gotten the whole panic mode over. I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen a couple already, but me and somebody else was talking about it. Did you think something's going to happen at Christmas time? Do you think something's going to happen? It doesn't matter if I do or I don't. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. But I told both of them, I said, listen, if anything is in the sky on Christmas Eve, dang it, it better be daggone Santa Claus flying through the air. That's what I want to see. I want to see Santa Claus. I know y'all come here to hear a bunch of politics shit, but I'm going to talk about Santa Claus for a second because I love Santa Claus. There is something, and of course we are going into the Christmas. I mean, good God, Christmas is just stay away or whatever. You got Christmas, everybody has their own memories. The other day we had my brother on here. Me and him just yapped about stupid shit and talking over just Christmas and Christmases. I wrote a song a while back, actually last year. It's called Christmas Has Come and Gone. Christmases have come and gone. The difference, one of the things too is, you look back at all your pictures and nostalgic pictures. Remember the old trees that had like all the tinsel all over it, and the light bulbs that were putting out so much heat that you're afraid it's going to burn your house down. Every day, my dad would come there, spray the tree down, make sure there's water in it. Don't let this thing dry out and burn the house down because the lights were so crazy. And it's crazy how the world works. We go in this thing of, hey, we got technology. Let's move to go smaller bulbs. Let's go just to glass. Put out less heat. So we do that. And we put these on there. And then after 20, 25 years, someone comes with the bright idea and goes, hey, let's bring back the old big bulbs again. Let's do that. So they bring them back. And then there's the big bulbs, but they have the LED in them. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google them. Google like 1960s and 70s or 50s Christmas tree lights. And so they go to that. And then someone comes up with a bright idea 30 years later and goes, hey, let's bring back the original design of the bulbs. And let's do that. The ones that put out the heat and burn, yeah. And I love those. I love them. I got them on my tree. I got these small LEDs, but man, those things are weak. Oh my God. But Santa Claus, man, I love Christmas. I'm not lying. I love it. A lot of people hate it when the music kicks on. It's like Halloween and it's not even Thanksgiving and boom, the radio stations start to play Christmas. I'm excited. I'm a vintage kind of guy. I love the old Bing Crosby Christmas, like this microphone EIOBN sitting here. That's an RCA 44. That is one that that's not the one, but that's one like Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire, Danny Kaye, all these cats, sang on for years. That's why they have such a rich voice. It's ribbon mics, and these mics are like $6,000 to $10,000. But I love the old sound, the old Nat King Cole, that kind of stuff. Love it. And there's something to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm an old soul. You know what I'm saying? Because I love vintage toys. Anything vintage, I like it. Now, some antiques creak creep me out because it's like they have like a certain smell, and then you're like, ooh, is there a spirit on this or something? You know, especially these rocking chairs that rock. Yeah, my aunt had before she passed away, she left me a house, and in the house she told me, she said, whatever you do, never sit in that rocking chair over there. I was like, why? She goes, well, Pappy died in it, Mammy died in it, and then their brother and sister died in it, and then Uncle, whatever his name was, he came in and sit down and smoked a cigarette and sit in the chair, and he died in it too. And I'm like, well, why the hell you got this chair up in here? Well, because it was part of the family. I was like, burn that shit, get rid of it. So I literally called a guy. I was like, hey, you want to come haul some junk? Yeah. The guy goes, hey, you know anybody wants this rocking chair? I want that thing. And that sucker walks down and sits in the chair. I'm like, yeah. So he takes off the chair. So the chair's gone. Got rid of it. But I don't like that kind of stuff. But I still like old stuff. And my dad, the other day when I was at the house, checking on my mom's house, and I went upstairs to my dad's old room. He had a room upstairs. And he collected certain antiques and stuff like that. Telephones, radios. He's got a ton of old tube radios. I love the old tube radios. I love the old sound of that. And there's something about vintage, even in recording. Like you heard me and my brother talking. We both have recording studios, and we have extensive amounts of equipment, like a ton of like tons of stuff. My console, the console that I sold a recording console not too long ago that I had in here, brand new. That thing was $90,000. So just to give you an idea, but you know, there's something about that. So, but I ended up buying an old vintage recording console. It was the old beta tape, and I would record on that, then transfer it over to digital so you can get the really good deep fat sound. And hell, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but guess what? It's free. But anyways, I like the old vintage stuff. I like Christmas. Love Christmas. The only thing I don't like is those old plastic Christmas Santa Claus masks. You know, like the old Halloween ones you get at the store. I don't know if you had like a hex or hearts or what's that called? I don't know, some of those places. And you get the little, looks like a Halloween mask, but it's plastic and it's a Santa Claus. Scare the living shadoo out of me. I'm like, whoa. He didn't look happy. He looked like he was pissed that he had to get up and take all the toys to the kids. But anyways, love the vintage music. Love the movies. Miracle on 34th Street. All these, like the original ones, like the black and white ones. Because there's like 3 or 4 versions of that. All these, but there's nothing like Willy Wonka. I still love Willy Wonka. It's just like when you watch, it's like something that you watch all the time, but when I watch it, for some reason, it takes me back to, it's the feeling. It's like a certain song. You listen to a certain song with your husband or your boyfriend, and it takes you back to a certain moment, right? And, or you listen to a song that takes you back to a certain time when you were with family and stuff like that. And that's, you know, that's what I like. So anyways, yep. Sorry about that. Went off on that. I know y'all want to hear about politics, but anyway, so I'm going to start off with this today. Is of course Donald Trump Jr. And yeah, it is Donald Trump Jr. You know, he was with Kimberly Ann. You know, that chick, that brown-headed chick. He was with her. And of course, you know, they broke up, all this other stuff. And she would, you know, she was actually TV personality and all that stuff. But she was a former prosecutor in San Francisco and in Los Angeles, actually. So she's educated. But then she also served as an advisor with the Trump campaign, plus also led a fundraising division for of Donald Trump's, his 2020 election. And you know, she's been heavily involved there. When we were talking, now I talked about Christmas, but I'm jumping into this pretty hard here. When we have talked about QAnon, we've talked about all these different things, and we've talked about teams, we've talked about people, and I said even to you, there are people that you will never believe or have parts in, not necessarily the Q team, but have different parts in security, have different parts in what's going on in America, and know more than they say or know more than they let on. I saw this, and so I wanted to jump on this and talk to you about it. So with her, you know she's close to the Trump campaign, right? You know, close to it. Even though her and Don Jr.'s going their separate ways, you know. And of course, he's got some other chick, some blonde chick. Man, she's fugly. She's ugly. Man, he should stay with the brunette, man. But anyways, I guess to each his own, right? But anyway, so she posted on her Twitter, whatever, and she had posted. She says, "My Trump storm clock," and she posted a picture of this. It looks like a clock, and it says 12, 3, 6, 9. You know, in your normal positions. And now where every number would be, like 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, all those are actually like a skull, like the Punisher skull with gold hair, like Donald Trump. And above that is a cutout of Donald Trump. And you know, she says, "This is my Trump storm clock." Okay. Well, what's the big deal there? No big deal. But it says Honeywell radar antenna, Trump Punishers. It's yours if you want it. I love it. If you know anything about Honeywell, everybody thinks, oh, they make thermostats for my AC unit. And they that's what they do. Honeywell. And they do, there's all kinds of other things, products and services that they offer. But when I was telling you a couple weeks ago about Lockheed Martin, working with them, working in coding and stuff like that for these our military stuff that's in these jets and fighters and all this other stuff. Not only that, Honeywell is one of the worldwide leading, now listen to me, military radar altimeters. And they have a high volume in what they do because, one, they're accurate. They're able to build these at a lower cost, not in China, but here. And the reliability is above all competing others, okay? And so anyways, she has a clock in her room that she calls it the Trump storm clock. And if you know anything about this, these things are used to, one, track not only what we see and what we know, but also the things that we don't see and don't know that are up there. I'm not talking about drones. I'm talking about other military aircraft that's flying around. I'm talking about all these things. And not only that, this here is something that is used. Now, I would never get on here and just say, hey, blah, 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 and out something that I just wouldn't do it. But since she has outed it, then I'll tag on to it. Because what this is used for is tracking, of course, the good, but it's mostly used for tracking the bad. And when I say tracking, I'm talking tracking and not just tracking it. You track it and you annihilate it. I hope you listen to what I'm saying today. It's going to be a good Christmas. It's going to be a good Christmas. But with this clock and her putting this out there, that sends a massive, massive message. Not only to you and to me, but to those that are watching. And so when you're, yeah, buddy, I see you. When you're going through and you're listening, or not listening, but you're watching these things that they're putting out, you have to pay attention to detail. Okay? Detail. And there's a lot of details in these pictures here. There's a lot of, if you want to call it, calm. Okay? Calm. C-O-M, not C-A. Yeah. The other day I said blue and on, and someone says, what is B-L-E-W and on? It's like, well, sounds to me like Mickey from North Carolina. What does it sound like?
Oh, it's Mickey. It's Mickey. Works for the governor's office. How can I help you today?
You can't. I don't swing that way. Yeah. Anyway, so this is a message sending out saying that, hey, we are watching, we are clocking, and we are annihilating. And I want you to hear this loud and clear. She says, my Trump storm clock, Honeywell radar antenna, Trump punishers. It's yours if you want it. I love it. Which means this, Trump punishers. This is not Trump punishing us. This is power to the people. Power to the people. What I'm going to say here in a second is really going to floor a lot of people. And it's going to scare some people. But it's not to be scared. And it's not to really be floored. It's just to give you some information here. I have been telling you for weeks that we're under a new sheriff in town. There's a lot of things happening you don't know. And there's a lot of things that we're going to start to see happen. I played it the other day about how one of the plans is to take a lot of the power out of D.C. and put it in every state. So in other words, if you wanted to call it DOJ, which I don't think that that's going to last long. And so when you do that, I'm sorry, DC, you need a Telegram channel where you can post the pics and et cetera. Yeah, we're working on that with our website. But the problem with this is I work a job too, and I do this for fun and on a daily basis, and there's not enough manpower to do everything we're doing. But maybe later on. So anyway, but what we're going to see is this. I'm going to tell you something here. And because a lot of people are going to be like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Well, that's fine. You don't believe it. I don't care. I don't give a shit. But when she said this, Trump punishers, it's yours if you want it. You go back to Trump joking around about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And he said this. The way to get rid of things is to have a purge. Now, I am not saying he's going to say, hey, the next 24 hours is a purge. You're going to do whatever you want. No, that's not what I'm saying. I can tell you this. I was joking about 3 or 4 months ago about wouldn't it be nice if we went back to the old days where we put bounties on these terroristic people that's come into America that we can't find. And not only that, the immigrants, these migrants, whatever the hell you want to call them, the people that need to be gone. Those people. When I tell you power back to the people, we are going to go into a phase to where, because a lot of people, well, how's the military going to do this? What if the military doesn't want to do this? What if you have a command? What if you have a general that refuses to give an order? Well, they're arrested.
When power comes back to the people stop being intimidated by law enforcement. I'm not saying go against them all and just be a total dick to them. I'm saying those that abuse their power. I saw yesterday, and I was like, first I was like, holy crap.
And then the second thing I was like, yeah, this is right. This is good. And it was actually somebody trying to file a complaint and a lawsuit against a city employee. And he goes into the city office and immediately, turn your camera off. You can't record in here. And you can record in there. They may make a policy, but they don't make law. And the Constitution trumps their policy. I hope you understand that. And so not only that, so he goes in there and he says, what he's there for? Well, you got to give it to somebody else. You ain't giving it to me. No, you've already taken it, so you have officially been served. No, I haven't. Well, I need to see. So here's my documents. I need to see by the Constitution plus also the laws of the county and the state. You're supposed to be transparent at any time. I want to see some financial stuff on some things. Absolutely not. So she says, I'm going to have the police to come here and take you out. By all means do. So police get there. And of course, they don't know the Constitution the way they pretend like they do. They don't know the laws. They just know policy, right? Oh, but the policy says you can't record here. Well, I'm sorry. my First Amendment and all these other rights gives me, And then the one cop, he's like, well, no, you see, you're trying to exercise your Second Amendment right. And he goes, what, the right to bear arms? No, it's called free speech. Learn. And he goes, well, I ain't here to argue with you. No, you're not, because you're a dumbass and you're dumb as an ox. You don't know the Constitution. That's why if you're in law enforcement, you do what I do. You carry a little book of the Constitution with you. Because it's either your retirement going to someone else because they've sued the crap out of you, or you do things, you just need to do things right. So anyways, as this guy is going on, they say, well, who are you? He says, well, one, I am a constitutionalist, but I am a scholar in this. And not only that, I have been an attorney, a criminal attorney, for 40 some years. So I know the law here. And then he turns and says, but the law says X, Y, Z. And if she refuses to give me this and then tries to strip me of my right to know these things, then I can officially put her under arrest by law. Even though I'm not sworn in by a city or a state or a county to enforce that commission in that area, I have the right to arrest, citizen's arrest. Learn your rights, grasshoppers. Learn what the law says about what you can do. Because for so long, we've been trampled on by Gestapos. And so after he educates the law enforcement and this bitch on the law, guess what happens? She's officially placed under arrest by the sheriff's department right there in her own office. Because she is violating rights. I'm going to tell you this. And I told you that story to tell you this. This whole thing of Trump punishers, it's yours if you want it. There is coming a time very, very, very soon. It ain't months away. It ain't years away. You know how I hate that stuff, right? And I'm not going to tell you that if it's a year or two away. I'm telling you, we're under a different regime. We're under a regime, if you want to call that. You can call him Hitler if you want to. I don't give a crap. Hail Trump! Yeah, I don't care. Because we're under a different law and a different lawman. How about that? Not a different law, a different lawman. That's going to do things a little different. And when power comes back to the people, I keep saying this, they're going to realize that politicians, they don't work for politicians, right? They don't do that. Politicians work for you. Your city and state employees work for you. You know, a lot of, I can't do that because they're a state employee. Oh my gosh, they could do this. You know what? Let them do this, this, and that. And send their ass to jail. Sue the crap out of them a couple times and they'll stop doing this, or they'll just get fired. But know your rights. Know your rights. Know that when these politicians go, I refuse to talk to you about this. You know what? They're in direct derelict of duty. They need to be removed. Period. And I'm absolutely 100% on point. I know that. And I keep telling you, don't worry about those that have been elected right now that are in office that they could be a rhino, they could be this. Let me just tell you this right now. Not every person that's in there is not going to make the correct decision at some point. But that does not mean that they're a rhino. That does not mean you can't be trusted. That just means they made a bad decision off the information that they got. Now, if they're a politician in there and they're taking money to make these decisions, then guess what? They need to be out. Need to be out. But if your governors, and go back to your cities, if your mayor refuses to sit and talk with you, legitimately talk with you about problems, not about you just bitching about stuff you don't like, but like solutions for problems. And before you go address what you don't like, research how to change what you don't like. That way, when you go there, you're not going there just to bitch and gripe. You're going there to let them know what you don't like and a solution for it. When you start bringing solutions versus complaints, then we're going to get somewhere. You can make a list. You can make a list of things that, even though you voted for Donald Trump, you can make a list of things that you didn't like he did in his last presidency. Right? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that he was not qualified. So
this turnaround, we're going to have people, and we have them in there now, but we have people that's going to come into office, and we're going to have a ruckus going down with that. But it's going to be okay. And when they're in there, if they're going to be bad, if they're going to be bad actors, if they're going to be sideways, I'm going to tell you, they will be removed. And it's not just like, well, we're coming in there just to remove them. No. But there'll be technicalities. There'll be things that they can get them on. You know what I'm saying, Vern? Stop worrying. And stop voting for the same people that we've always voted for. I mean, seriously, if you can't go to your city council and address them, and them, if they get all hostile and everything, I just stop and I listen. I want you to hear me out, because this is your last term. Period. Make changes that matter. And it starts now. Has to. Holding, not just bitching and griping at your city government, federal officials, all that, but holding them accountable. Oh, but they don't have to be accountable. They just do what they want to do. Well, you're right. They can do what they want to do because they have you brainwashed that they can do that. But I'm telling you, America is coming back stronger than ever. Its heartbeat is stronger than ever. Its actions are stronger than ever. People are becoming more united on the good side and the bad side. So I guess if Donald Trump unites the Democrats, really sold out to the Democratic Party, and the Republicans really sold, then I guess that's a good thing, right? At least we know who's on the right side and wrong side. But we're still going to be infiltrated by some goofies. But I ain't worried about that. But this thing that she put out and called it a clock, it's not even a clock. It's not even a clock. It's a radar antenna that the military uses. Not just civilians, but the military uses to find, retrieve, or annihilate the enemy. Sign me up, Donald J. Trump. Sign me up. Yeah, sign me up. Yeah, sign me up for that. Because I'm going to find some of these bats. Anyway, I'll move on from that. Although I will tell you this, we're moving closer and closer to some more things. I talked about the med bed last week and how that can become a reality here. And then not only that, I've had other people reach out on wellness, and we're going to after the new year, we're going to really dive into that because you know that they got COVID-19 coming back out in Oregon and Washington State, and trying to make the mask mandate and all that crap again. Won't comply, won't do it. Kiss my butt, kiss my crack. I need to have a shirt made that has a mask on it that says "Will not comply, kiss my crack." That's what we'll do. Speaking of that, if you go to EIOBN, go to our Kiss My Crack shirts, the link at the top. We have the new shirt that some have been asking for, and it's one that I wear all the time. It's called American Badass DC Intel, and it's got like a flag, a red flag coming down through there with a skull on it. It's pretty cool, but you can pick one up there. But anyways, I wasn't trying to sell anything. I'm just trying to tell you, presumably on med beds. Getting the med beds and doing that, that's still a huge thing, a huge thing for this year. And mandate is not law. You're daggone right. Mandate's like toilet paper. You use it and it's gone. But anyways, we're going to be looking in and working more with some people as far as like holistic healing and different medicines for that, for cancer, diabetes, what else is it? Lupus, fibromyalgia, Parkinson's, all these. Really dive into it because we want a healthy nation, a healthy group. And
If our group is the only one that's healthy, it's fine too. I'm okay with that. Anyway, beyond the pale, Biden is under fire for commuting death sentences. Congressman Eric Schmidt says Biden's decision to commute the death sentence of 37 inmates out of 40, and considering extending migrant protections. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care if they say, oh, we're going to give the migrant protections or all this other junk. If you come and even pull a piece of corn out of my yard, you're not going to have a hand to pull another piece out. Your hand goes in a meat grinder if I don't drop you in the field. And so Biden, all this stuff, and the whole panic at the disco, right? Panic at the disco, because last week, we had the electoral votes going to be done, and Kamala's telling everybody, have faith, have hope, have faith. We're coming back soon, people. Don't lose faith. Don't be unburdened, but one can't be unburdened. So anyways, everybody's, they're rushing to the White House. Yep, they're rushing to the White House. I'll tell you why. Because they knew they were notified that their little plan, which was for the 20th, right? Because they was going to use the Executive Order 13848 against Donald Trump, the one that he created, and try to use it against him to say that he and also President Elon Musk had stolen the election. And guess what? Didn't happen. Because they suck. They really, really suck. Because the electoral college results for 2024 was Donald J. Trump still won. And it was the electoral vote winner total was 538, and the total majority was 538 against 270. So anyways, she lost her butt again. So only thing I can tell you is either go to McDonald's, because they're hiring. Walmart may hire you as a door greeter. Or if you want to make the big money, you could be a sponsor for Certa Perfect Sleeper, the Firm Edition Kamala series. Yeah.
Can I put that on my Craftmatic adjustable bed?
Probably so. Because she's all things to all people, dang it. All things to all people. She can be it all. Anyway. I know I get carried away. It's okay, guys. It's okay. It's really okay. I posted something the other day on the TikToker, and it was the covers of George Magazine. There was a couple of them on there. And what in the world? It was weird, man. This room was like vibrating. That was weird. Holy crap. We got an earthquake. Oh, God, it's the Kamala earthquake. No, she's just trying out the mattresses. So anyways, yeah. Put it on my TikTok. The different, you have to look at it. The different covers of George Magazine. Also, he had made a statement on his last one. And I want you to listen here. If you pay, and people that go, is that a comm? Is this? This is something for you to look into. Because, I don't want to always just tell you. I want you to go research some things and look. But in most of Gene Ho's posters and pictures, how many times are you seeing Zeppelin in there? How many times are you seeing it? A lot. It's significant. Even when he's talking about power, free power, all that stuff, free energy. One of the things I will tell you this, because you have to really look at it, and look at it really good, because he's really got you look at it. So on the one with that I posted with all the different things, you have the hourglass, the 5-minute timer, okay, and you have all the gears that are turning the time, okay. I want you to hear me, turning the time. And then also, the next one over there, you have the energy one. And If you're not on TikTok, no big deal. And if you look at that, it's the second picture in the TikTok there. If you look at it, zoom in on it, pause it and zoom in on it. What you're going to see at the bottom right is the insignia Q. And that is the power source. Also, you're going to see the next one, Washington, D.C. You'll see the lightning and all that. And then the other one you're going to see is Washington, D.C., the capital. You're going to see not the American flag that we use now, but the old one. And then you're also going to see a ton of little things in there. Look at the time. Look how all that is. Look at the statue at the top of that. And then at the top right, look at that Zeppelin and see who is driving that, flying that thing. See who's flying it. And if you can't zoom in that far and see it, it's John F. Kennedy Jr., just so you know. Anywho. Wow. A lot of things. Also, in the news, because people want to hear I got to know what's going on in the news. Of course, you got in New York City, you got a woman that, the New York Police Department arrested a migrant who set a woman on fire on the subway train and then just stood there and watched her burn to death. This piece of shit was from Guatemala. From Guatemala. And even in Guatemala, he had a pretty crappy history there. These are the kind of people that I'm telling you that we're going to deal with. That's why I think that there are so many people here that it's going to be hard to just go round everybody up. I believe the punishers are going to be released. And when I say the punisher, I'm not talking about some special Q Force team and some special, Space Force or some special team that the U.S. Marshals. No, I'm talking about Bob that knows how to use these weapons, that was in the military, whatever, and he's making a little bit extra cash. But I will tell you this, if you lose your life, that's your problem. Don't expect the government to give you stuff, but I will tell you this, the punishers are coming. They're coming. It's just a given. Also, in the news again, violent Venezuelan gangs. So I'd say if you're Guatemalan, Venezuelan, Mexican, all this stuff, we're going to profile the shit out of you. Okay, we're going to profile you. Whether you like it or not, we're going to profile you. Because we can't trust you. That's just how it works. It's not about feelings at all. It's not about anything other than public safety, safety of my family, safety of the country, and you're here to do no good, so go back home and do no good. And if you come back over here, then we're going to throw you in a pond with some alligators. And that's just it. That's it. I know. Gosh, DC, it's so brutal. It's so horrible. Okay, that's fine, but they'll come after me for that, but yet you'll sit there and listen to the story about them catching a lady on fire in the subway and go, that's horrible. But that poor boy has a soul. He also has a soul, but he also has repercussion for what he did. I say set that fucker on fire, throw him in the subway and let him burn. I do. I'm tired of this stuff. I am tired of America always getting kicked in the teeth. And we've just sat back and been, well, these people must have had a hard life where they're at. Sort of like the border, and sort of like the girl that was doing nothing but jogging, and she was raped, brutally raped. She fought for like 15 to 18 minutes for her life, fighting for her life, because two maniacs just wanted to screw her and have their way with her and whatever else, brutally killing her. I am old school. I'm old school. I don't even think a round and a gun needs to be done. I think you take them out. You do. Take them out. And you bury them in the ground, let their head up, and you just throw rocks at them. Whatever happens, happens. I'm done with this. I'm done with the whole
the whole, gotta forgive them. Hell, I do. You forgive them. You forgive them. I'm not going to sit back and go, use forgiveness as a way to let people have excuses to do more things. I'm not doing it. That's why our country's in the shape it is because of religious people. Oh God, don't buck against anybody, because if we do, it's a bad witness. And you didn't buck on it, so then they took prayer out of school. And you didn't buck on it, and now they got all these goofies in charge. And you didn't buck on it, so now we got kids pissing in litter boxes thinking they're a cat. Or either walk around barking like a dog. Because we didn't want to stand up for it. We didn't want to offend people. We wanted to have forgiveness. And now you complain because your 6 or 7-year-old kid goes to school and comes home and tells you how to have sex. You're mad. Oh, they shouldn't be doing that. What's your freaking fault for keeping your big mouth shut and always waiting on God to do the work when he gave you the power to do it? He gave you the vote. You can vote this stuff. You gave you a mouth to speak, but no, we don't want to raise any kind of ruckus. Bull crap. Raise as much ruckus as you can without hurting somebody. You got to make yourself known. You got to if the religious community, and it bothers me, it really does. It bothers me. We have very, very large congregations. But when it comes to politics or it comes to certain things, they want to remain mute on that because because they want to be inclusive. They want to be everything to all people, sort of like Kamala, right? So they got to have we got so many politicians in our church that are Democratic, Republican, they're independent, they're this, they're that. We have straight ones, we have gay ones, we have well, praise God. Praise God. I'm glad you have a diversified church. But don't let, because they're diversified, control the message of Christ of what's right and what's wrong. Don't let their diversity keep you down for making changes in your community. Oh, but we have a food pantry. Big freaking deal. Everybody's got a daggone food pantry. Oh, but we do things in other countries. Big freaking deal. What do you do in this country? Seriously, what are you doing? If you're not impacting each other on a daily basis, you're not doing it. You're not doing it. And I'm not talking about going and paying everybody's rent, paying everybody's car payments. Trust me. Can't do that. But what you can do is create businesses to create jobs for people who don't have a job. Can do that. Do you realize how easy it is to create jobs for people? Seriously. Do you realize how easy it is? It's not hard. Not hard. You just got to have people that want to work. That's the problem. There are jobs there. And if you know what? The greatest dream in America is this. If you don't want to work at your job, you don't want to work there another 15 years and have hardly any pension, and you've worked your tail end off for a watch that's $10 at the end of your retirement. And you want to do that, then by all means do that. But if you have a dream and you want to do that dream and you want to work for yourself and you want to do a business by yourself or you want to do something different, by all means do it. You only live once. Your greatest regret in life will not be on your deathbed going, man, I worked that job 40 some years and I got a watch and no one appreciated me. Your greatest regret is going to be laying on that bed going, man, I should have tried to do something on my own. I had this idea. I should have tried. Don't let your greatest regrets on your deathbed or at the end of your life be, I should have tried. Don't let it be, you know what, and if it fails, big freaking deal. It's America. You get back up and then you try again or you move on to something else. Everything is trial and error anyway. It is. And I don't know who I'm even talking to here, but there's people that's listening right now that's probably sitting there going, man, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but I'm just scared to take a step of faith. It's a new year. It's time to take some steps of faith. It's time to be free from anxiety, free from oppression, depression, free from that. Oh, but if I do that, man, it's going to change my way of life. You're daggone right it will. But nothing good comes if you don't. If you don't sacrifice, you're not getting anything. You're not going to say. You got to. You got to. You got to do something different. Or there's some that like to get up at 6:30, have their cup of coffee, read their newspaper, go take their morning poop, and eat their breakfast, go take their morning poop, and then go to work, and then come home at 3:30, 5 o'clock, whatever time they get off. Come home, have their dinner, go sit in the living room, watch some TV, go take their nightly poop, go take their shower, and go to bed. They like that routine, and that's absolutely fine if that's what you want to do. But there are some that are dreamers, movers, and makers. And those dreamers, movers, and makers are not made to sit still. They're not. The other day, well, it was the other night, we was at the hospital, and someone went in there. They was joking around, and they were kind of joking and making fun a little bit with me. And then they said something, and one of the people said, "What are you talking about?" He says, do you realize how smart this dude is? His IQ? He's freaking brilliant. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, I have a gift for business. I have a gift for all that stuff. Doesn't mean I do it all for a living, but that's how we're doing this station. The business model I built for this station is absolutely crazy good. But nobody else has it. But I'm telling you this. In this new year, don't let this Christmas be the Christmas that you go, man, I wish we had more. Or, man, we had to depend upon other people. And I'm not criticizing you if you had to, because everybody has hardships. But let this be the last Christmas that you live that way. You know what? You got 365 days coming up to make sure next year's Christmas is the biggest ass thing you ever had. Work for it. Work for your family. You want a car that's paid off? Work for it. It's the American dream. The American dream is not working for somebody else. That's why the Bible says for you to be the lender, not the borrower. Because there's always going to be people that need a hand up. Not a hand. There are always going to be those that need a hand out too. Trust me, they're all out there. But I'm telling you this. You need, those of you dreamers out there, it's time to put action to your dreams. Time to put wheels on it. And trust me, good ideas don't need tons of money. They don't. They just need action. And if people believe, they buy, they support. How it works. Anyway, I don't know why I got on that, but it was free, dag on it. That would be me, mover and shaker. Well, there you go, mover and shakers. And that's one reason why, when we're doing med beds, we're doing just so many things coming up this next year that we're going to really, we're not just going to talk shit, guys. I mean, good Lord, I don't do that. I ain't talking crap, man. I'm talking action. I'm talking, I'm not here to sell you gold and silver and fake returns. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to get you awoken. Not the woke crowd that we have, but awaken from this mentality of the government's always in charge and you're always beneath. You're never ahead. Well, I don't live paycheck to paycheck. I'm not trying to sell you a pyramid scheme. I'm trying to get you to dream. To dream. Ask for God to give you absolute 100% foolproof dreams and exactly put the right people in your path to do that. And that's what partly this network is about. We're moving into health, trying to get people healthy. We're trying to make sure that people have access to the things they need to get access to. And not only that, have people that know business and know things that can help you get things started. And within our network of what we're doing here, it's not about who's making money off each other. It's about us helping each other to do good. Imagine that. Imagine that. Helping the human fellow man. Wow. What a polyphony. Wow. That's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, President Trump, I love how they say this. President Trump, he made a response about Panama. And of course, Panama's president has responded to President-elect Trump. You know how they do that now. President-elect Trump's idea that a new administration could try to regain control
of the Panama Canal. After Trump said Saturday that the United States foolishly gave it away, and now it's being ripped off at the waterway. Panama's conservative president, Jose, whatever his name is, Jesus, released a video declaring that every square meter of the canal belongs to Panama and will continue to belong to his country. I'm going to tell you this. We've seen it with Trudeau, which he's going to be going out of office here pretty soon. We've seen it with him. We've seen it with but what we're going to see is this. And Trump has told you guys, he's told you this. No one believed it. Not a daggone person believed it. Oh, he can't do that. Oh, you're conspiracy theorists. You say he's going to come back and he's going to make sure that we're wealthy. We're going to make sure it ain't going to happen. I'm going to tell you this. You're foolish if you think that, because it's going to happen. If we had something that was taken from us, and let me tell you another big thing here in a second, but this stuff that was taken from us or foolishly given away, like you said, we're taking it back. What are they going to do when we take our stuff back? We can't do that. We can't do that, DC. We just can't do that. That's so wrong. But you will stand at church and go, I'm going to the enemy's camp and take back what he stole from me. Oh, I got the victory. Yes, I do. Hallelujah. You're foolish. Because I have yet to see people that stand up and say, I'm highly blessed and favored. I went to the enemy's camp and I'm taking back. I've yet to see those people be conquerors. They're complainers. I've yet to see those people truly become the head and not the tail, because they all walk around smelling like the tail. And they may go and buy a nice suit or a nice dress or whatever and have some fake diamonds and really look like they're really something. And they may go and get them a car and work their tail ends off to barely pay the insurance on it and the car payment, just to make everybody think that they're better off than what they are. No. But I'm telling you what, we're taking back what rightfully belongs to us. And what's going to happen, they're going to say, well, he's a dictator. We were right. He's a dictator. He's going to take what he wants. No, he's not taking what he wants. He's taking what is ours. And not only that, I'm going to tell you a power move that you have not been told at all yet. Listen closely. There is a power move coming in about 3 months. Now, this is you some good intel right here, because they're not one other person going to tell this. Now, tonight they probably will, because they heard it here. And you're welcome. How many of you know or have heard about all the property that's been purchased by China in America? If you haven't, you may want to research it. Thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of land in America China owns. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They are not allowed to own property in America. They're not allowed to. Anybody just can't walk in and do that. Especially another country that wants to hurt us or to cripple us. You're going to see some power moves in about 3 to 4 months. And all this property that China thought that they had, they'll be, they're going to threaten to go to war over this. Fuck them. They ain't going to war. They ain't going to do nothing. I'm sick and tired of people running their mouth and pulling out their little tiny penises and showing everybody and acting like it's a great big 17-foot long deal. Trying to intimidate, puff their chest out, and have no muscle. Just got a bodysuit on. That kind of stuff. Let me do a missile launch and just show you and throw on the media that we've done this to flex our little tiny muscle. Who cares? No one gives a shit about them. Let them run their country how they want to. Bunch of banana lands anyway. But when it comes to America, we're going to take our stuff back. If you've taken our silver, you've taken our gold, you've taken our children, you've taken our lands, We are taking it back. We are the rightful owners of this. And I'm going to go something a little bit further here. It's probably going to piss some of you off. These Native Americans that have been screwed, they've been screwed in a lot of areas, in case you haven't known. That's going to change. It's going to change. See, everybody's been saying, oh, we want America back, and they just think America back is everybody, is no one talking war and Trump in office. And it ain't just that. America back is this: making the wrongs right, fixing what was done. You hear me? I hope you hear me. Fixing the things that were done wrong. Fixing them, making them right. Well, who's going to do that? Well, we elected him. That's what we did. We elected him. And that's what we're going to see. And, yeah, Bill Gates. Bill Gates is another one. Bill Gates is another one. You cannot sit and go, well, no. That's why I'm telling you, in this next season we're about to walk into, this is the perfect time for you dreamers to stop dreaming and start building. We are under, we say it at church, you can only go as high as the umbrella of anointing that you sit underneath. If you don't think that still works spiritually, even in our country, we're going to be sitting underneath a president. Oh, but he had a prostitute, and so did half your pastors. Oh, but he's taking money. And half of your ministry and your church has done that too. They've taken vacations on people's money that they've worked hard for to give in offerings, right? They take mission trips. Oh, but that's a mission trip for ministry. Okay, whatever. I can tell you of churches, it's unbelievable. Churches that have went to Zimbabwe or wherever the frick countries are, African countries, and come back and go back out the next year, and these girls, underage girls, have babies because some of these missionaries were screwing them. Yeah, from America, right? Taking more than the word of God. Taking their seed. Those days are over. It's over. It's just over. The other thing that's worrying people is the Black Wendy. You know, Wendy's, the restaurant. You have Black Wendy giving her statement the other day, and, some people got bent out of shape. Well, gosh, there's going to be the transfer of power. But I'll play it for you and let you listen to it here. Maybe I will. I don't know, these stupid things here. Here we go. Maybe.
Too much into hypotheticals, but this is the reality. If there is, I will say though, if there is a shutdown, and I don't want to get too much into hypotheticals, but this is the reality, transition activities will be restricted. And with limited exceptions, obviously, but such as prevent imminent threats to the safety of human life or the protection of property. Those are the things that we would, that we would have to be concerned about. And so we're doing everything to ensure a smooth transition. But the choice to allow a transition to move forward is in the hands of Republicans in Congress. We can continue to have this smooth transition of power if they stop threatening a shutdown.
Okay. Now, let me just stay here. Now, we know what happened with the shutdown, but let me just say this. What she said is bullshit. It is. It's just crappy. What she pretty much said is, if we don't want to do this, if we think that this or whatever we think, if we don't like what the Republicans are doing or saying, we can hold off on this. I'm going to tell you this. For those that have emailed me and all worried about it, I'm not worried about it. Because I'll tell you straight up, they're messing with the wrong people. They're messing with 80-some million that voted for Donald Trump. And their little shitload of people that they think they have ain't nothing. I'm going to tell you right now, if they would try to say we're not going to do this because, and I know a lot of people say, well, she said because of the shutdown, but you didn't catch the other part she said. If there's any kind of like other stuff, like what goes on at the Capitol and all this other stuff, if there's any kind of uprising or anything, it's pretty much what she's saying. Because we still have days until the inauguration. And once we get through Christmas, I would say 2 weeks prior to the inauguration, they're going to do something. When I say they're going to do something, that's not to make you panic. It's just giving you information, guys. Information to just go, oh, okay, I know this. Because when you do see it, you're not worried about it. Because guess what? You already had the heads up on it. And don't worry about it. But if they push the American people to the point of trying to overthrow our government again, they're going to be running for their lives. They'll be running like crazy, because we refuse to sit back and let them steal something again. Now, someone's going to take that soundbite that I just said and run with it. He's saying that they're going to threaten to do this and do that. No, they're not. No, I'm not. I'm not saying it at all. What I'm saying is this. We refuse to sit back and one more time have them lie, cheat, and steal. And they may try something again. And I really think they're going to. And I think when there's inauguration, I think there's going to be a bunch of people there trying to present false flags. And, someone suggested that we take a DC group out there. We could probably do that. But I'll just tell you straight up. If I go there and we got a group with me, I'm not going there and go take abuse from people. I'm just not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to happen. Let's see here. Okay, let me see this. I'm saying this one. DC, will those on disability get a significant raise when the wealth transfer happen? Some of us draw very little. Hopefully, med beds will help. Yes. Well, let me break this down. Two things are she asked about the Social Security and the med beds. First of all, the Social Security, yes, we're going to see a different change in that. There will be, how can I say this? Disbursement of, it's not going to be. I know a lot of people has been told, hey, it's just going to happen overnight. Then everybody's going to have a huge amount of money sitting in their bank. It's not going to happen like that. It's not there to do. That's why our president is saying, hey, the tariffs, not only that, but, if you can't, here's the thing. He's the type of president, and we've seen it with Trudeau. If you can't pay your bill, then we're foreclosing on your country. It's just business. Has nothing to do with politics. See, that's the difference with Trump. It's all about business. How can you drive a brand new car and never pay for it, right? You can't. They come and repo it. Same thing with other things. See, we've had presidents and people that were politicians that have made deals, and then if these other countries or whatever didn't come through, then guess what? We just let it go. Those days are over. The other thing, med beds. Let me go back up here and read your question again, and we can say some of us draw very little. Hopefully, med beds will help some of us be able to go back to work. Absolutely. And not only med beds. I'm not sure of your physical, whatever. But I will say this. That's one reason why, and I said it earlier, we're working with a couple of different people, but I'm trying to put together even a group within us here that does holistic and some just other forms and other different ways of treatment for things that actually work. And when you start researching, you realize that there's a cure for everything. It's just that our politicians, which is called the government, has been in the pockets and had the pharmaceutical companies all in their pockets, and they've screwed us for years. And I am a dummy, and I'm dumb enough to believe that we can create answers and solutions to people in need. You want to know why? Because we are God's chosen people? Oh no, it's the Jews. Go argue somewhere else. We are God's chosen people. And how can I say that? Because I know I'll get all the Jewish people. Well, how can you say that when it's your God? Listen, guys, shut up. We are all God's chosen people. And not only that, God has given us the ability to find solutions for problems. And if we can find a solution for a problem, fixing a toilet in our house, God can give us the ability to fix a solution, find a solution to fix the problems in our bodies. They're out there. We're just going to bring them to the forefront. And the med beds, we talked about last week. That is, I have access to get those. At least one for sure. And that's our goal with the Guardians this coming year, is to get that med bed. And we're going to do it. And I don't care what podcaster says you can't do it. I don't care what person says you're nuts for doing that. You want me to tell you why I'm doing this radio right now? Because I dared to dream that I could do it. And it was just a dream. But I wrote it down, made it plain of what I wanted to do. And then one day, I was like, heck, I'm just going to go live. And it's turned into what it's turned into. It's a God thing. It's not a DC thing. So yes, I think your finances are going to change. Also, your health will change. Your health will change. Because we're going to bring, just like North Carolina, we're going to bring resources. Tennessee, we're going to bring resources. When it comes to your body and your health, we're going to bring resources that work. There's people I've talked to that's had cancer in the lymph nodes, prostate cancer, stage 4, all that stuff in their body. And they're completely walking cancer-free now because of alternate treatments. And the good thing about that is this: they're not $30,000 and $40,000 and $50,000 treatments like your insurance would bill and all that crap, because it's all a scam. Anywho, how many times does the Bible mention snakes? Told you. What? Oh, I don't know what that is there. Laugh out loud, you do it for money. Why lie? Well, you're full of shit, imaginary person. Do nothing for money. Do nothing for money. Trust me, I have a job. Let me show it to you. I'll come hunt you down. Oh, you're fine there. See, did you say if the taxes go away, that's huge. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, let's see here. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm pinning this. But yeah, every once in a while, we have douchebags that jump up in here, but that's okay. It's all good. Don't bother me. Makes a little bit more fun for me. So anyways, yeah. So, see, it can't easily be done to treat breast cancer. Imaginary person. Is there an imaginary person, liar? Tell you something, dude. Won't you call me up? We'll meet. But see, you're too big of a pussy to do that. But that's okay. Because now, there we go. Goodbye. Goodbye. Anyway, yeah, you always have those people up in here. But it's okay. Oh, man, that's what I think of it. We got good things coming up tonight. We got our Christmas deal we're going to do. Another thing that came out was the Smallville, that TV show. I used to really like it, to be honest with you. Smallville co-star, or star in that, Allison Mack, has confessed that she actually sold children to the Rothschilds and Clintons during the time in the sex child cult. During her time, her time in that. And anyways, it continues to come out, but it don't exist, right? It just don't exist. Just don't happen. Just don't happen, everybody. It's just fake stuff. It's just not going to happen. And it is happening. It'll continue to pop out, and it'll continue to do its thing, right? But anyway, let me see what else we got here. Guardians. We got a few minutes here. Y'all want to call in? Take some of your calls. Take like 3 calls. You can do that. And if y'all got your phones out, your numbers, whatever, you can call me. And we'll answer it and see what we got going on here. Let's type something in there. So anyways, we look here, kind of look at some of your questions here, see what we got. Okay. See here, he's not been here. I don't know who that is there. Okay. Hey, another thing. If anybody, I've been, I did an inquiry,
but I'm trying Julie Green. Whether you like her or not, I don't care. If anybody on here knows her or knows anybody about her, knows anybody in her group, tell them I'm trying to get a hold of her. Just, I'm not going to tell what it is right now, but yeah, DC, any thoughts on douche fans being
escorted off the scene? Yeah. Same thing I said last week. I believe he's a player, and he just he's a player, and he eventually will be completely removed. I believe. I don't have like an old factual thing on that, but my personal belief on that is I believe he will be completely removed, and at some point, and that's not a bad thing, because even from day one, our listeners will tell you that I just wasn't a big fan. Just something weird, or something that just wasn't cool and didn't sit well with me, and just. Where's this? Okay, here we go. Hello? Let me get my phone here. Sorry, guys. Hello? Are you there?
Hello.
Hello? How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Oh, I do now.
Oh, okay. who we got here?
This is Vicky in Georgia.
Oh, okay. How you doing, Vicky? You ready for Christmas?
I'm doing good. Did you have a great birthday?
Actually, I did. I did pretty good, yeah. Wasn't too bad. Tried to sleep in a little bit, but that ain't gonna happen. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. It was pretty good. So had a lot of.
Well, I sent you something to get you a birthday burger with. I hope you got it.
You know what? And I did. I was laughing because it says, "Go get your big juicy burger," or whatever. I was like, "Oh, wow, this is awesome. I will do that too." So. And I did. So I appreciate that so much. Appreciate everybody that reached out.
You're very welcome. We all appreciate you and what you're doing for us too.
Thank you.
And I just wanted you to know that.
I appreciate that.
I didn't have anything particular to ask. I just wanted to make sure that.
Right. Absolutely. So what is your kind of your, we call it not schedule, but your routine for Christmas.
What is my what for Christmas?
Like your routine that you do for Christmas.
Oh my gosh. My routine got messed up this year because neither one of my kids get to come home.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be pretty low key.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But it's okay. I'll be with my dad and my mom.
Well, yeah. Absolutely. And you could probably sit there and relax a little bit. Kick on an old movie or something.
Oh, I will.
Just don't watch that one. I'll shoot your eye out. No, I'm just kidding. I love that movie, actually. That's funny.
Yeah, that's a cool movie.
Yeah, it's funny.
How is your mom doing? Because I just got on, so I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I talked about at the beginning. I went there, actually yesterday, took her some birthday cake and sat with her for a couple hours and joked around and just heard all these stories. And of course, the people in there was like, was he hard to have, when you had him? And she's like, I don't know. What are you talking about? I couldn't. And then finally she remembered. She goes, no. She goes, I went out shopping. And she goes, and then all of a sudden, She goes, I start feeling like my water breaks. Also, she goes, and I get to the hospital and they're like, well, just hang tight. She goes, hang tight. She goes, and you just came, she goes, you just popped right out. And I was like, yeah, knowing me, I probably popped out and just like went, wah, and gave everybody like the middle finger or something. Like the doctor, I punched him in the nose. Psh, put me back.
She knew you were going to be a badass when you came out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess, yeah. So it was just funny. She has all these, and that's the thing is my mom, man, even growing up, she would embarrass the snot out of you. It's like you bring friends over and you're like, Dylan, she goes, let me tell you what he did when he was 2 years old. And you're like, oh my gosh. Let me tell all these most embarrassing stories. But still, we had a good time last night. So, and she loved the cake.
Embarrassing pictures.
Yeah. Well, I kept telling her, we was like, listen, don't eat too much of that cake because I don't want them to come in here saying your sugar's sky high now. And she go, mm-hmm. And she would it was like the Grinch look. She would look down, but her eyes would look up at everybody and then just like smirk. And then and it was funny because it was like a little kid that was like sneaking out of the cookie jar. She'd look at you and then take her spoon and dip it in there and then slowly move it towards her mouth. And then when we was done, it was like, you better wipe your mouth because they're going to come in and see your blue lips and think you don't have any oxygen. So, but we had a good time though. Yeah, we had a good time. But once again, I appreciate you.
Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely.
See you and your family and a happy new year. And
absolutely.
I'll try to catch you the next time you're on.
Oh, you're good. Well, thank you so much, and you have a Merry Christmas, okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, good deal. Yeah, so, yeah. Thanks for all you do. Thank you so much. That was my hubby's favorite. Yeah. I actually went to the house up there. I think it's in Cleveland, where they redid that house and all that to where it looks like the Christmas Story house. And went to the museum and all that stuff. I enjoyed it. I like that stuff. Even though a lot of people say, it gets on my nerves. I have a lot of nerves. It just plays over and over and over. I just can't stand it. I'm like, whatever. It's okay. It's one of those movies too that even though you don't like it, you'll see like the kitchen scene. You're like, oh, I remember that. It was in Grandma's house, or I remember that. And but anyways, it's just funny. But tonight, 8:30, we'll be back with a little bit of a Christmas show for you, and we're just gonna kick back and relax. Make sure you have a cup of coffee or hot chocolate or something. It'll be a good time. We're looking also if there's anybody in one of our guardians or somebody that's in the Nashville area or Hendersonville, Gedlettsville, any of those areas that would be interested in helping us with some mailing, some mail issues, or not issues, but just some of our stuff that comes in. Need somebody we can trust and help with that. Just reach out to us by email. Yeah, good day today. And I want to say this here. My thoughts on Viv. What are your thoughts on Vivek? My thoughts on Vivek. I believe you have to use people. You don't have to, but I believe you should use people that you can get some things done, but you know that their loyalty is not 100% to you. I hope that makes sense. Because eventually, like I said earlier, you'll have people that you like a little bit, and they may do things that you don't like, but that doesn't mean they're a bad actor. I believe in due time, we're going to see these people continue. It's not one of those things of they drain the swamp and it's over with. People are people. You have to find people that are sold out to our country and sold out to the ideas or the ideals of making America great again, no matter what, no matter their political view, no matter what they think they need to. The bottom line is this: none of those people are the president except for Donald Trump, and they don't need to be pushing their ideas for the presidential, what presidents should do and not do. They should carry out orders and bring intel and bring positive to that position, because just like Biden, if he didn't put, but he was shoved in the area of putting Kamala in there, and they will go down in history as being the shittiest of presidents, and worse than Nixon. But loyalty is so important. Absolutely, it's very important. yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, Mustang Gal. We'll be back tonight, 8:30. Talk about some Christmas stuff, listen to some good stuff. It's going to be fun. It'll be a good time. We're going to share some good stuff. Anywho, if you want to support us, you can go to EIOBN.com and scroll down through there. There's a place to donate, or you can become a Guardian. There's a place to do month to month or reoccurring. It's up to you. Also, you can go up to the Kiss My Crack shirts, link at the top. We have the new shirt up. It's American Badass, and it really is cool. I wear mine all the time. And anyways, get it. It's good stuff. Great things coming in the new year. And if I don't talk to you tonight, Merry Christmas to you and your family. But if I do, we'll say Merry Christmas again. Anyways, 8:30 tonight, Eastern Time. All right? Merry Christmas. Catch y'all later.